I can do it if you want to, like, talk.
Evan doesn't come in until 5.
No, but yeah, we really enjoy making stuff.
Yeah, because you have to kind of invent the, you invent the devices in a way, or these contraptions, and it's really great.
Yeah, I mean, it just taking off from that term inflatable. Well, what could that possibly mean?
Yeah.
So we try to, and most of what we play with doesn't work.
Yeah, we end up failing with so many things.
With so many things.
But then you have like a really perfect tolerance for technology.
Yeah.
There's a history. We've always run our own shows as performers, as a principals, and it used to be, we make our own dimmer boxes with light switches, and let's see, I think the first sampler we ever got was this beautiful 808, SP 808 by Roland. So we were always sort of, and it was inexpensive, and we could sort of incorporate it. And over the years, as we've gone on, it's always been a given. Like, we just take it for granted that we're going to be running our own tech, and that gets layered in to the work as we go. So, we try to fold it in as we go. But it's always assumed that we'll be running our own tech. And what changes from work to work is we always grow a little bit. We always learn a new trick, a new thing, or become a little smarter, or find a smarter person. So our use of technology grows all the time with each show. So we don't set out with a show saying like, oh, we're going to use this technology. I mean, we set out saying we were going to use inflatables, which is a different story.
Yeah, and this for this piece.
Yeah, but we've been using, for example, Touch OSC in the last show. So this is an expansion of that, and sort of, when you say, I think, yeah.
And last time it was just used for sound.
Right.
This is
Okay.
everything.
And also, you were sending from one phone. You were using it as a camera to broadcast through.
We're using an application called Mobiola, and that sends it. Isadora can see it as a camera in watcher, so the video in watcher, and it's on the same local network, so it's very consistent. Knock on wood.
Well, right now with our lovely computer isn't.
Yeah, that is hanging there.
That's hanging there.
Following with the aesthetic of the the piece.
It isn't fired up, but that's what the Mobiola is running through. Is that machine? So it's not going to come up right now.
Yeah.
But we also, in using like this old technology, it sends MIDI, so we're also sending MIDI to control the lights. This is also a point on stage instead of the phones, where we can like go to the next lighting cue from this.
You run definitely all the show from here. Do you have one technician over there, or there is?
In this one, there is a technician. He's just basically babysitting.
Babysitting things.
We kind of control it all. Yeah.
Yeah, most venues make you have a baby. They have to have somebody.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's like a union thing also. In this house is not, but you can imagine if you go to bigger houses.
Right. I mean, we've played situations where we have like 4 technicians just sitting watching the show because that's what they had to have. So,
great.
Great. They just won't do anything. So, yeah.
Oh, but I was saying earlier, I got it working. I didn't have the sound on, but the 2 lighting universes. One is like through the LAN box there, which sends DMX to our local things. So if I'm talking into this, for instance, the light kind of responds to it. So there's a scene that's very combustible. And I don't know, Laura worked with me, the lighting designer, to accent with the microphone a little bit.
That's with the volume, sensing the volume.
Sensing that, and so the scene where the popping occurs and of a belly grows and gets popped. Those act with that scene very well. So that's through that. But then MIDI goes to the overall lighting system.
And also, as we develop a project, we sort of just we play with things, so things get invented. We don't start out with one single idea or a concept and just fill that. We start maybe with a few fragments of ideas, and then we start playing with things, and then things are, different possibilities arise. Like Maggie was saying, most of what we try to invent fails. Or
But that is interesting because
a significant amount,
yeah, because then there is all this part of technology that is, of course, not only digital screens, or there's all this part of you actually build your some contraptions and the inflatables plus, all the systems that will.
Yeah, it's very what is DIY, hands-on. Everything we do, we're involved in actually making it. So, and exploring and learning it too. I mean, with the inflatables, we had never made anything like this.
Yeah.
Different pages here. We have a test lamp. So, oh look, I'm working.
Okay.
So this is
from here.
test.
Oh, great. And this is passing through, it's Touch OSC, the app, and then passing through
It goes
some.
from Touch OSC through a wireless router with a local network for us that's closed, and then it goes to Max MSP for the phones that the performers use, and then that sends it to live via OSC later.
Wow.
And then the video iPad that we don't have for display right now goes straight to Isadora on the video
Okay.
computer.
Mark will be really happy about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's great.
and we're also sending up to the ETC lighting board.
Yeah, with MIDI. So it goes to Max, and then Max sends MIDI to the light board to control the lights.
Okay. So you're not doing with DMX anything practically, just go directly to the.
Also, well, we have two lighting systems. One is the local for like the test light, which is a LAN box. And that also controls light on these microphones. So you can see on the stations down there. So then if it comes through the maybe I'm not. I have to get that going, but
Is it on?
But it's not sending through right now, I think. But the
It's failing.
What about the test light? Can you show them the test
Yeah, like we saw it, but that's great, and there's like there is also the same protocol that is being used to manipulate the video in real time from the iPad. Also, that I saw when he puts the projector,
Yeah,
the projector helmet.
yeah, but that's just going direct to Isadora, right?
Yeah, that's direct to Isadora.
Right. So that's not getting distributed through Max.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. It's not going through Max. He's going straight on. So
The little device that was. Wow.
it has a mercury switch in it that measures the tilt of the hand, so then it can go on and
give you a little bit of a shake.
Yes, and so that was created.
By me, because I was reacting to a show that he did a long time ago where he had an astronaut with Tourette's, and the actor was performing Tourette's, and I was like, that ain't working. You got to build a machine to make him shake.
And he was right. I did, yeah, so.
Yeah. Well, that is very, very good, interesting. So you have like this kind of agency pushing the acting in this direction. It's a prosthetic for the acting.
Exactly. I mean, and it comes into play at the moment that he uses it. He's sort of the creature in the 1931, or no, in Bride of Frankenstein. When the creature first meets the bride and he's very nervous. And there's
had this actual shaking.
Boris Karloff do this beautiful thing with his hands where they kind of do this. And so this is the perfect. And there's the whole hand trope through in both the James Whales, where when the creature comes alive, it's just this simple movement, which of course can be framed by a camera beautifully, but you kind of need a different way to do it in theater.
Yeah.
Dog sounds and dogs on our wrist. So if I go to the dogs, it's on the accelerometer on our phone. So that's why it's going to Max, so we can separate whose phone is going where, so with separate ports. Otherwise, I think in past shows, everybody's like the video computer going on the same port, but I think that contributed to confusion, a little error if all the phones are sending to the same port.
How many phones are you using in the show, or?
There are 7 performers, right? So 7, including the iPad. So 7 total.
Okay. Her when she's.
In the dark the light comes a little bit better, but
So and you make all these things also. Wow.
Yeah, so jumper cable, an old housing for an old lamp that we had.
That's great.
And what's in there? A squirrel fan and an LED.
Yeah.
Like a 12-volt fan and an LED.
That's really great.
Floor flubber.
And I picked the hair out.
Oh, Ryan.
What else?
It's on camera now.
Ryan, just floor flubber, Ryan. Floor flubber.
We do pick the hairs out of our flubber, so.
It's recyclable. You're reusable. Well, you don't give that to eat to the audience. So far.
Just like that word.
It's really, it's good stuff.